Maayong aga Western Visayas, kaga welcome sa aton programa CSC on Air. Ining inyo abyan kaga alaga do na Baldiviso nga magadala sa inyo sa pinakauli nga balita kag impormasyon natkoy sa mga programa kag proyekto sang Civil Service Commission Regional Office number 6. Ang tinalikdan nga semana ginapatigayo naman sang Civil Service Commission Regional Office number 6 ang meeting sa CSC Regional Advisory Council o ko na CSC RAC kung sa diin nagtipon-tipon ang mga miyembro sa council gikan sa public ag private sector. So ano bala ang CSC Regional Advisory Council nga ang gintukod ini sa Civil Service Commission? Ano bala ang tinutuyo sang council kag kanday sino bala ang mga miyembro? So inatanan ato na pagkahibaluon karon nga aga diri sa aton programa CSC on Air. Kag agod maghatag sa aton sa duga nga impormasyon natuhoy sa Regional Advisory Council. Kaupod naton live karon nga aga si Mr. Rufino Leonoras, Chief Personnel Specialist sang Public Assistance and Liaison Division. Maayong aga, Sir Pinoy.
Maayong aga doon, kag maayong aga sa mga tagpalamati naton diri sa DYWL Radio ng Bayan, and we hope nga madala naton ang package of information sa atong mga listeners about yung aton ginapatigayon nga Regional Advisory Council.
Sir Pinoy, no antes nato na pagatalakayon ang CSC Regional Advisory Council. Please share with us kung ano ba ang vision kag mission sang Civil Service Commission.
Well, doon sa atong mga listeners na wala pa nakabalo, no, ang vision kag mission sa civil service na ang tina sa mandate nila, no. Well, ang mandate sa civil service bilang the central human resource agency of the government ara na sa Article 9B sa 1987 Constitution, no. Sa diin siling nga ang civil service was empowered to establish a career service and adapt measures to promote moral, efficiency, integrity, responsiveness, progressiveness, and courtesy in the civil service. Now, so, tidak sina magsunod ang vision sa civil service nga medyo malawig, no? Medyo malawig ini ang aton nga time frame. This is the vision of the Civil Service Commission for 2030, no? So, ano ang vision niya? Kasi din siya nga, the Civil Service Commission shall be Asia's leading center of excellence for strategic human resource and organizational development. No? So, muni ang aton yung vision for 2030. And, matigayon lang ini nga vision kung in place anay ining mga sub areas, no? So una gid ang commission should be recognized as a center for excellence. Ikaduha, it should be a high-performing, competent, and credible civil servants. No? So it should be comprised by high-performing, competent, and credible civil servants. So paano nato na mahimo? No? So we will provide excellent human resource processes, and we will ensure effective and efficient performance of quasi-judicial functions. Now, but how are we going to do that? Then we have to enhance the competency of our workforce. Okay? Paano natin ma-enhance ang competency sa ating workforce? Then we have to ensure efficient management of financial resources. So, may expenses kita, no? May pondo kita i-develop ang ating workforce. And paano pag nato na himuon, no? So we have to cultivate partnership with local and international institutions. No? So muna ang mga requirements in order nga matigayo nato ang atong vision nga 2030 maging Asia's leading center for excellence of excellence for strategic human resource and organizational development. So ina nga vision was or being anchored sa aton nga core values, which are love of country and love of God and country, excellence and integrity. And with that core values, we will be accomplishing our mission or our core purpose of gawing lingkod bayani ang bawat kawani, no? So amo na ang malipot nga istorya dira sa aton nga agency vision of 2030.
Okay, madamong salamat Sir Pinoy no, for sharing with us the vision and mission of the Civil Service Commission. In line with that, Sir Pinoy, can you also share with us ang mga strategic priorities ng komisyon?
Ang strategic priorities ng komisyon, amo ni ang sa una bala nga ginasiling naton nga key result areas, no? Sa ulihi naman ni performance governance system naging strategic priorities na siya, no? And we have 6 strategic priorities na na-identify sa komisyon. First is developing competent and credible civil servants. So under this strategic priority, nakapupudri ang aton nga examination kag ang aton nga human resource development, no? So ikaduha is exemplifying integrity and excellence in public service. So diri sini ginalantaw naton ni magresulta sa excellent public service results in citizens' trust and satisfaction. So ang aton dring programa nag-upod rin aton audit, personal inspection and audit, kag of course ang aton honor awards, no? Nagsulod man diri sa exemplifying integrity and excellence in public service, no? And third naton strategic priority is cultivating harmony, morale, and wellness in the workplace, no? So harmony, morale, and wellness in the workplace enhance work productivity, naman ang rationale behind. And upod diri sa aton strategic priority number 3, ang aton management employee partnership, no? Ang aton public sector unions, no? So nagpupod man diri ang aton welfare fund, no? Expanded welfare fund benefits, ang executive bonding, ang aton social housing, no? Kag subuman ang aton healthy and safe working conditions. And ang aton ika-fourth nga strategic priority amo ning effective and efficient performance of quasi-judicial functions. Amo ni ang aton dring legal, no? Nagsulod yung aton legal division, and we are aiming for a fair and expeditious disposition of cases, affirm citizens' faith in the administrative justice system. Okay? And the fifth strategic priority is the building partnerships and strengthening linkages, na. So diri napakita naton ang interdependence optimizes organizational performance and good governance, no? So along this line we are undertaking this multi-sectoral advisory council or tinatawag natin regional advisory council, no? And the sixth is strategic priorities natin is managing support mechanisms when we are leveraging internal and external resources, improve quality management of CSC programs. So those are the 6 strategic priorities natin entitled.
Okay, madamong salamat Sir Pinoy. Amoy ato ang anom ka strategic priorities sang Civil Service Commission. Regarding naman Sir Pinoy, no, you said earlier that the Regional Advisory Council was anchored on those premises. So can you give us a background sang CSIRAC for especially no sa aton mga tagpalamati nga bago lang gid nakabati sang sining Regional Advisory Council?
Doon tayo nga backgrounders aton mga listeners, ang Regional Advisory Council tukod because sang aton nga performance governance system wherein essential dira ang involvement sa external stakeholders, no, sa pagbuo sina, no? And the Commission taking into consideration the importance of our external stakeholders, nag-venture sa pag-establish ng atong multi-sector governance coalition. para nga may mag-initiate sang aton nga tanaw sang mga policy sang komisyon. And ining multi-sectoral advisory council naton is a genuine partnership with stakeholders which aim in formalizing this multi-sectoral coalition. And in general, any body is composed of multi-sector in participation. It's composed of leaders representing diverse stakeholder groups of the organization, and this is a key to quarterly assessment and monitoring performance. And a partner also in helping the organization pursue strategy, and it therefore plays a positive role in committing to certain initiatives, measures, and targets that it is responsible for. And this is a body that can provide advice and suggestions, and should be also proactive in actually assessing or assisting the national government agencies move forward towards its vision. So, ang aton Regional Advisory Council amuni ang diri sa lokal, tawag naton, or in the central office, they call it the Multi-Sectoral Advisory Council. And hindi naman basta-basta nga makasulod rin ang isa ka individual, basihan naton ang ila sining commitment, ang ilang availability, ang ilang integrity, ang ilang expertise on the sector that they represent. So, ano ang responsibilidad, mga roles ng members ng Regional Advisory Council? Okay? So, first is to assess the Civil Service Commission performance through strategy change agenda and scorecard. Okay? Second, to provide recommendations and feedback on the implementation of the strategic initiatives. Third, to assess in resource generation. And fourth, to help promote CSC or CSC's new image or brand. So, muna ang tinutuyo sini sa ating Regional Advisory Council, Ms. Tom.
Okay, thank you, Sir Noy. Sangsan o balagi na establish ining Regional Advisory Council, particularly diri sa Western Visayas?
Ang aton diri sa Western Visayas, officially gin-establish naton ang aton Regional Advisory Council on June 13, 2012. And we have 8 persons composing this advisory council. We have Dr. Luis Urullas and the WBCST, being the PASOK president. Then Dr. Diana Auri sang UBSAD Gender Resource Center sang UPB, and we have Miss Fia Robles sang Visayas State University Medical Center, representing the Moral Recovery organizations. And we have Mr. Danny Pajardo, representing the Iloilo Press Club. And we have Mr. Ronel Sorbito, representing the Kapisanan ng mga Broadcasters sa Pilipinas. We have Honorable Maria Teresa Diboki of Anilao, representing the League of Municipalities in the Philippines, Iloilo Chapter. And Director Evelyn Trumpita, representing the Regional Association of National Government Executive in Western Visayas.
Okay, so those are the 8 members sa aton Regional Advisory Council. Sir Pinoy Amiara, kita sang set of officers out of these 8 members?
Ang set of officers naton actually during that June 13, nag-elect na kita dayon sa aton ni President, and the chairman, not the President but the chairman, elected is Dr. Luis Urullas, mga President sang Philippine Association of State Universities and Colleges, and Vice Chairman is Dr. Diana Auri, coordinator sa UBSAD Regional Gender Resource Center of the UPB, and ang Secretariat, of course, ang aton division, and ang committee head sa identify natin nga sa examination is Mrs. Ferobles ang Moral Recovery Officers Association Region 6. Then Communication and ICT is Mr. Ronel Sorbito sa kapisanan ng Broadcasters sa Pilipinas Iloilo Chapter, Mr. Danny Fajardo, Editor-in-Chief sa Panay News and former President sa Iloilo Press Club, and Internal and External Human Resource, we have Mrs. Emilita Santuyo, our former Director 3, and for legal processes, we have DIL Director 4, Evelyn A. Trumpeta, who's representing the range. And for resource generation, we have Honorable Maria Teresa F. Diboki, President sa League of Municipalities of the Philippines, Iloilo Chapter.
Okay, so those are the officers of the CSE Regional Advisory Council. Sir Pinoy, no, going back sa aton nga discussion on the Regional Advisory Council, last November 28, naghiwat ka sa meeting ang Regional Advisory Council. So ano pala ang nangin agenda during the meeting?
Doon, no, sa aton mga listeners, we have 6 agenda again tackle during sang that's November 29.
Yes, November 29.
Dito sa Iloilo Grand Hotel. And the agenda that we have are as follows, no? Una ang CSC Leadership Grant. Ikaduha ang strategies to deliver the human resource plan in the CEC's PGS Enterprise Scorecard. Ikatatlo ang compliance with National Budget Circular number 542, kunin ang section 93, no, ining transparency seal, no. And pang-apat ang aton update on RCS or the report card survey kag Arta Watch. And the 50 is the CEC Contact Center ng Bayan, and number 6 ang aton 2013 Honor Awards program. No? So during the meeting balo natin ini sa mga members ng Regional Advisory Council ining anom ka mga topic kanina. And well, una ang manner of presentation natin kita nag-present sila sining kung ano ining mga leadership brand, ano yung strategies for to deliver is our plan, no? Ano yung ining transparency seal, anong updates natin, and then after that, tagaan natin sila sa opportunity to give feedback, no, sa aton. No? And para sa mga listeners natin, tugod din yung mga mahangpan kung ano ang ini nga mga topic o topiko, we will discuss this one by one doon. No?
Yes.
Okay. So, with regards sa CEC Leadership Brand, ini bago inisubong undertakings and commission under the leadership of our chairman, Honorable Francisco Duque III, wherein gusto niya nga may ara gitang brand, no, sa leadership ng Civil Service Commission, which would answer the what do we want our leaders to be known for, no? Ano gid bala ang mga leaders sa civil service? Kung amo niya quality sa makita mo, masiling ka civil service na, no? So amo na pag ginigid nakaangot sa aton nga vision ito kayo naginhambal natin ng 2030 nga makilala kita bilang leading center of excellence for strategic human resource and organizational development in Asia. And well, mapalad man kita nga nakaupod kita sa grupo nga nagkanto sa Cebu na nag-attend sa aton leadership and coaching strategies sa diin ang leadership competencies may seven, no, may 7 attributes ni siya, no. First is thinking strategically, second is leading change, third is building commitment, fourth is partnering and networking, then fifth is managing performance, sixth is developing people, and seventh is coaching for results. So in isa-isa ni sa aton kag well, of course it's a 2-day program na subong aton istoryahan diri for pila lang ka minutes, no. Siguro mapanalagi kita diri sa mga definitions sila, no, kag a little of of it. So magsiling kita thinking strategically, amo ni ang ability to direct and establish short and long-range plans and calculate and manage risk based on future or emerging trends and outcomes of decisions to achieve CEC goals. So that is thinking strategically. Now, the next is after thinking strategically, we have leading change. So kung sa leading change naman, ang definition sini is the ability to initiate and facilitate change and motivate people to embrace it. Kaya balaan mo kung hindi motivated o hindi mo na prepare ang imong subordinates on how to achieve, to accept change. Hindi mabudlay na kami damo resistance, pero kung na-motivate sila, they were properly motivated for the change, then they would easily accept the change. The third is building commitment. So, sa isa ka organisasyon, kung may target siyang himuon, dapat ang members sa group na or organization should have commitment in what they are doing. So, building commitment is the ability to inspire and create an environment that encourages positive interaction and collaboration among members of the Civil Service Commission. So, sa ato na sa commission, it's the ability to inspire and create an environment that encourages positive interaction and collaboration among members of the group or the Civil Service Commission. So, there's a need to interact, a positive interaction and collaboration among the members in order to work better and accomplish our objectives. And the next is partnering and networking. This is the ability to build, develop, and utilize collaborative relationships with local and international partners to facilitate the accomplishment of CEC goals. So, diri nagpando sa local na niya atong level, ang atong Regional Advisory Council. We are partnering with governmental and non-governmental associations or organizations in order to facilitate the accomplishment of our goals in the Civil Service Commission. And then, we have managing performance. May ara kita nga scorecard na so din, monitor natin ang ato ni performance. Are we on track or are we lagging behind? So, managing performance is the ability to provide timely and relevant feedback to individuals or groups in order for them to take an action and improve their performance. So, take note the word timely and relevant feedbacks. So, kailan timely ang imong feedback. Relevant siya para nga makita sa group or any members ng group kung how they can take action, the necessary action to improve their performance if there's really a need. And, well, kita sa ato ng strategic performance management system cycle. Well, amo man sa gihapon sa performance management cycle, way man sa ginliwat, only that gandri daw klaro na gid kay ang mga competencies ng individuals pakita nga may arang basic, may arang intermediate, may arang advanced, may arang superior. So kung sa diin sina ang levels ng imong competence, then you have to adjust or to improve until such time na maabot mo ang superior. And then sa isa naman ka area ang developing people. This is the ability to plan and support an individual or team skills and abilities so that we can fulfill current and future responsibilities effectively. There is a developing people kita natin sinadaan system o wanang strategies and management kung paano nyo i-develop ang isang individual. Sometimes makita mo ang pagsungkuranay kung may mga promotion. Okay, everybody aims to be promoted, but not all of them could get the promotion because there is a limited number of positions. So natural, ang management would opt to or will have to exercise its discretion on who will be promoted. So before that promotion would take place, dapat i-develop anay na mga tao for them to to assume higher responsibilities. Okay? Sama na ang developing people. Then we have under that, nakita natin ang training, na magsulod na ang training dira because you want to develop people. So there's a need for training needs analysis, and then the training design, and then the delivery of the training, and the evaluation and validation of the training. And pakita man sa amon dito ang pila ka training methods nga tawag nilang off-classroom bala. No? Hindi niya sa classroom method, kundi off-classroom method. No? So, first is the job rotation. From one division, ma-transfer ka of the same category, the same level. No? Ikaduha is cross-posting. Ang cross-posting ni, alin ka to, halimbawa sa exam, makato ka sa training, o sa training, makato sa exam, okay, mga cross-posting mo luwa. Then, steps assignment is an additional assignment. Then, shadow assignment, daw ay kita pakita sinidon ka observe dili sa ato, ano? But, ang shadow assignment is just being an observer. Observer ka sa isa ka official, no? Para nga makita mo ang iyang mga strategies. Okay? And then, the third is demonstration. So, demonstration, dali na sa mga cooking, no? Food exposure, coaching, mentoring, job enrichment, delegation, and action learning. Una. Pero diri ang coaching, nagsulod diri ang coaching, and we are now coaching for integrity and excellence in the civil service. So, amo ni ang last is the coaching for results, na? Where the CEC leader is an HR or human resource and organizational development coach pursuing excellence through a nurturing coaching style. This particular coaching styles unleashes potentials in people. So, dito may mga exercises kita, and ang ano gid diri, no, ang pinaka-basic gid diri is sa coaching for results is the coach should only ask powerful questions. Mamangkot lang gid sa elicit lang gid ang responses sa coaching niya, and coupled with it's powerful questions and an active listening skill. So, pamatian niya gid sa eksakto kung anong ginahambal sa iyang coaching, so that ma-direct niya kung sa niya i-lead ang iyang coaching. But it's the coaching who will identify his problem, identify the solutions and the workable solutions, and it's the coach who will commit to do those solutions in order to resolve this problem.
Okay. Amo to Sir Pinoy, no, ang topic on the CSC leadership branch. So aside sina Sir Pinoy, ano pa ba lang iban ka mga importante nato naging talakay, no, during the RAC meeting? Okay.
So ang ikaduha nga talakay natin is in strategies to deliver our plan, okay, Human Resource Development Plan. Sa diin dapat ang comprehensive and complete components ng HR plan are the following. No? First is the organizational profile. Second is the competency map. No? Third is the HR systems check. Fourth is the health and wellness assessment. Fifth is the interventions bridging priority gaps. Sixth is the resource requirements. Seventh is the implementation of strategy action plan. Eighth is the guidelines for career pathing, succession planning, and pre-retirement. Ninth is the monitoring and evaluation mechanism. And tenth is the communication plan. No? But during the discussion, sining HR plan, daw nag-airs ang concerns ang ating members, and daw kabudlay sang pag-ubra sang human resource plan o kung agencies as strategic human resource plan because sang kakulang sang competencies ang aton nga mga SRMOs, no, especially ang pointing na sa NGU, but selling sa they are not covered, no, ang NGUs, but rather the NGUs lang sini because of the results-based performance bonus, no? So daw muni ang tunaan sa pag-develop sini, no? And well, ang hambal sa aton yung mga directors para manggid ang commission to give the necessary technical assistance if in case the agency would need us. So we will be there to help them, no? So for those agencies nga may naobra na ng agency strategic human resource plan, they are to submit this by July 15 with the findings on studies done and recommendations for strengthening and improvement of existing policies, as well as for the formulation of new policies that will help advance the government's human resource agenda. So, ay kita madamo ng pandir because of the concern, no? Kinahanglan pagid sa mga HRMOs ang capability in preparing the agency's strategic human resource plan. Okay? And the third is the transparency seal, no? Ang transparency seal naton nga ini na angot ini sa aton nga General Appropriations Act of 2012 as reiterated in the DBM Budget Circular 542 dated August 29, 2012. Diin directed to maintain a transparency seal on our website, no, sa mga websites ng government agencies. No. Ining seal mag-link sa page ng agency website, no, which contains an index of downloadable items pertaining to the following information. No. Una is the agency's mandate and functions, names of its officials and the position and designation, and contact information. Second is the annual report as required under National Budget Circular number 507 and 507A dated January 31, 2007 and June 12, 2007 respectively for the last 3 years. Na? And then, may arang man nga DBM approved budget for corresponding targets. And fourth is the media programs and projects categorized in accordance with the 5 key result areas under EO 43 series of 2011. And 5 is the status of implementation and program project evaluation and assessment reports. And the last is the annual procurement plan, contracts awarded, and the name of contractor, suppliers, and consultants. So those are the required information under the transparency seal. Okay? And duway makikita sa feedback din masyado sa transparency seal, no? Ito klaro man sa aton yung mga members ng Advisory Council. And then we proceeded with the update on the Anti-Retip Act of 2007 with regards to our report card survey as of October 30. Presentar natin sa ila nga ang atong target is 41 and we already have accomplished the 41. No? So meaning 100% na kita naka-accomplish ang atong report card survey. And the result of this 41 shows there are 8 agencies nga nakakuha sa excellent rating, 20 ang may good rating, acceptable nakakuha, 3 ang nakakuhaan, may nakulo nga naka-fail, no? Nga-failed din sila. So ang alarming there is the 10 at the others, no? Meaning out of 41, mga 25% almost, no? 24.39% ang failure, no? Based on the provisions ng Anti-Retip Act. So meaning they are not complying with the provisions ng Anti-Retip Act, no? So in this regard, mga hatag kita sila sa human resource intervention sa din ila i-comply ang requirements ng ARPA, no? Ang pag-post sa Citizens Charter, ang pagbutang sa non-break, ang paghatag sa feedback mechanism, ang paghatag man sa grievance machinery sa aton mga kliyente. Sa ato naman iyang ARTA Watch, no? ARTA Watch. So may ara kita nga 38 ka agencies nga gin target for 2012 nga no ginhatag sa aton central office, and we already had accomplished this by September 2012, no? So with regards to ARTA, may nakita sa problema kay na comply naman naton ang aton nga mga target. And last is CEC Contact Center ng Bayan. Bago ang Honor Awards, no? So i-reinforce na natin doon ang aton again announced last program, no? Sa Contact Center ng Bayan, ang Civil Service Commission nagpartner siya sa anong agencies, no? Nga matigayon yung Contact Center ng Bayan. And we're happy we are now implementing this, and we have promoting the Contact Center ng Bayan per OM, no? Naton. Kag ang mga partner agency naton diri sa Contact Center ng Bayan, amo ni ang mga masunod, no? National Computer Center, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, the Department of Health, Department of Trade and Industry. So anom kita nga nag-undertake sini. And may ara nga Contact Center ng Bayan, ano tawag natin sini kani? Tarpaulin, no? Pag hindi ang iban hindi lang tarpaulin kundi painting gid, no, sa ilang wall sa diin naka utang dira kung may reklamo, no? Kung may reklamo ka, then ang sumbungan ng bayan ang Contact Center ng Bayan, no? So you can call 16565 and may ara nga voice recorded nga may ano tawagan sa ato sina voice recorded system nga magbaton sa imo tawag, and i-refer kanya sa agency kung sa diin nga nagareklamo ikaw, no? So ang ano sini nga may 5 pesos lang plus VAT per call anywhere in the Philippines via PLDT, Smart and Digital landlines, no? So kung gusto mo maglagon lang sa www.contactcenternangbayan.gov.ph, no, para maka-call ikaw, no? So amo na ang aton nga call center, contact center ng bayan. Pero ano ang pwede mo nga magdala diri sa contact center ng bayan nga mareklamo, no? Una ang pakikipagsabuatan sa fixer or collusion, no? O kung ano tawag natin po sa buwatan, pagplano nyo po sa fixer nga magpagtigayon sa fixing, no? Then ang wala nag-obserbar sa no lunch break policy or lunch noon break, no? Ang wala sa public assistance and complaint desk, no? Ang wala sa citizens charter sa agency, no? Ang may ginabayran nga dugang, no, na hindi nakasulat sa ilang citizens charter. Then ang hindi o kunang masuplado o suplanta nga mga empleyado, no? Tapos wala sa special lane para sa mga tigulang na nagabusong pag may mga kapansana, no, o may mga physical disability. Tapos ang wala man pag-issue sa resibo sa mga transaksyones, no? Ang hindi attender o pagpapaintindi sa mga kliyente sa maayo kung ano pa, no, nga activities nga hinder sa paghatag sa maayo nga serbisyo. So pwede mo na dalon dira sa contact center ng bayan via 16565 or pwede ka mag-text sa 0908-8816-565, no? So amo na natin na contact center ng bayan. And the last that we tackled sa November 29 is our 2013 search for outstanding public officials employees. Ang gin-emphasize natin diri doon is the group nomination, no? Group nomination and the requirements. Kay ang una, there are 6 folders na isubmit sa aton mga nominees, but this time one mother folder na lang. One mother folder. And okay, we have one mother folder, and ang No, wala na itong aton itong panggid, no, nga pila to, anong copies, no, as folders before, no, so subong niya, 1 model folder na lang, and 5 additional copies of the summary of accomplishments, preferably 2-page summary, which clearly state the impact of the nominees' accomplishment. So ang prizes, incentives, and awards daw umagyapon, the form ng umagyapon, and ikwa na natin doon the guru slip of the tongue, March 29, 2013 ang deadline na 2012. So 2013, March 29 ang aton nga deadline of submission sa nomination sa CAC Commission Provincial, Field, or Regional Offices. Okay? So that's will be on March 29, 2013. So those are the topic na gintakol natin dito. And receptive man na natin yung mga members, and they give us commitment that they will give us the feedback in due time after nga go over na nila itong mga topics again discuss natin sa ila, and probably the next meeting natin would be a quarterly na meeting, most probably between February or March, and by the time sila na siguro mag-identify sa ilang mga agenda, not us giving them the agenda, no? So I hope nga ang atong Regional Advisory Council will grow and prosper in giving us the feedback, the necessary feedback, and possibly could suggest some working or workable policies that we could implement in the region.
Okay. So madaming masalamat, no? Mr. Rufino Leonoras, Chief Personnel Specialist ng CSCRO 6 Public Assistance and Liaison Division, sa imo pag-share sa aton sa Regional Advisory Council. Antes kita magtakopya, riyan ang pila ka mga importante nga pahibalo. The nation is celebrating the International Day of Persons with Disabilities today, December 3, 2012, and this year's theme is Removing Barriers to Create an Inclusive and Accessible Society for All. So all government agencies are encouraged to extend full support for the activities regarding the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And also, from November 25 to December 12, 2012, we are celebrating also the 18-day campaign to end violence against women, or VOW. So this is spearheaded by the Philippine Commission on Women in coordination with the Interagency Council on Violence Against Women and the Interagency Council Against Trafficking. This year's theme is VOW-Free Society in Times of Peace, Conflict, and Calamity, which focuses on gender-based violence during disasters and armed conflict. So to promote public awareness, all government agencies are encouraged to initiate a kick-off activity. They are also encouraged to post a streamer in their respective offices in support to the observance of the 18-day campaign to end VOW, conduct agency-specific activities towards ending VOW, and to submit by December 15, 2012, a report of activities conducted to the PCW, and to visit www.iacat.net for details on the commemoration of the International Day Against Trafficking. So for more information, you may contact telephone number 735-8918, local 109, or email pdad@pcw.gov.ph. And finally, the nation also joins the international community in commemorating International Corruption Day that will be on December 9 with the theme Katiwalian, Wakasan, Tuloy ang Laban. So the Office of the Ombudsman as the lead agency enjoins agencies to participate in this worldwide anti-corruption movement dubbed March to Righteousness on December 9, 2012. And for inquiries, you may contact 479-7300, local 131, or 426-7748. Kaga amuyad tong kabugusan sa atong programa karon nga aga. Inang inyo abyan kagalaga Donna Valdiviso para sa CSC on Air. Maayong aga sa inyo tanan. Again, 033-321-2668-269. Uko na magbisita sa inyo pinakamalapit nga CSE Field Office. Kag amo adto ang kabugusan sang aton topic on the 2013 Honor Awards program. Antes kita magtakop karon nga aga, yari ana ang pila ka mga importante nga pahibalo. The result of the August 12, 2012 Penology Officer Examination or POE may now be viewed via csc.gov.ph. So, examinees concerned may secure their results using the online POE result generation system. To use this system, the examinee needs to supply information such as their examinee number, date of examination. So, online, you can get a copy of your notice of rating, that is for the passers of the POE, and the report of rating for those who failed the said examination. You can view or print the said notice or report of rating online for your reference. All POE passers must personally claim their original certificate of eligibility at the CSE Regional or Field Office where they filed their application. So, the CSE Regional Office 6 will be announcing soon, no, kung available na for claiming ang certificate of eligibility sa passers sa Penology Officer Examination. Then, we also have the latest memorandum circular from the Civil Service Commission. So, for additional details, no, you may visit csc.gov.ph for the latest issuances, announcements, memorandum circulars, and press releases. Kag amuyad to ang kabugusan sa aton nga programa karon nga aga. Ini ang inyo abyan kag-alaga, Donna Baldiviso para sa CSE On Air. Maayong aga sa inyo tanan.